Justice League International number 5, written by Dan Jurgens, art by Aaron Lepresti. We left off last issue with the JLI seemingly incinerated, and all of the golem things on Earth all activate as whoever this guy's name is plans on destroying the world. I don't think I'm going to remember his name for the rest of this issue, so just the big bad. Anyway, we open up. It is a bunch of news stations all saying how it's the end of the world and blah, blah, blah. And we cut back to... Sorry, his name's Paraxis. Never mind. It's on page 1. Anyway, we go back up to the ship, and he's just looking out at all the stuff that's being scattered from Earth being destroyed. And apparently they're using like a mining laser in order to get all of the worthwhile things. And then they'll like deatomize them and reatomize them later. Whatever, who cares? So they start firing off like defensive satellites and nukes up at the ship, and Paraxis is like, all right, well, take care of them. And the ship just starts shooting them before they can do any sort of damage. Like, no problem whatsoever. And we see a newscaster throughout all this, and he's like, oh, the nukes have been fired, and oh, he's destroyed them. All right, where's the Justice League? Where's Superman? Which is a very good question. Where is Superman? But regardless, we see that Booster Gold, he used a force field to protect everybody from the explosion at the end of the last issue. Guy Gardner's like, well, I could have done that too. So they start talking options as to how they're supposed to be able to survive and go after the Paraxis up there. And basically they're just throwing around theories of like who this guy is and why he would be able to do what he's doing. None of it is anything new, because at least I feel like we already got it. Like they're all just saying like, oh, he's a miner, but he's so much more than that too because of blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Booster calls up the dude who made the team, Briggs, and he's like, hey, yeah, we're still alive. Can you tell us what's going on? And like, well, the military is going to strike the golems that you're at. And he's like, oh, tell them not to do that. As we see the ships exploding overhead. And he's like, okay, all right, well, they're dead. We're gonna take the fight to Paraxis. We'll figure it out, and they got to do it before these lasers end up enveloping one of the major cities. So they plan on going up. Godiva is all of a sudden really skeptical. She's like, "Hold on, we're going into space to fight aliens. I was more of a street level thing. I don't think my hair powers are going to be able to do much." And they all just start bickering, and I don't care. Like, just assume everyone is angry with everyone else except for Booster, who's just trying to keep them all together. That's the gist of it. So they're like, all right, so to get up to a ship, we need an impervious spaceship that can move fast enough to get there without him blowing them to smithereens. What do we got? We real quick cut to the UN, and we see that Briggs is being chewed out by Director Bao, who's like, we never should have made this team to begin with. You'll get a stern talking to soon. But then they see up on the monitors that they took their jet plane. Guy Gardner added a rocket to the bottom with his Green Lantern energy, and they're having it zoom towards the ship as fast as possible, to which it then is just eliminated. He just shoots it with the laser, and it blows up. And they're like, okay, well, JLI is gone. Then we see the actual plan was they hid out inside of one of the meteors that's like being spewed off the Earth. They carved out a hole in that, and they're slowly trying to just push it towards the ship, slow enough that Paraxis doesn't notice. And it works. They manage to get in there. They seal up the ship so that they have an atmosphere. And then they're like, all right, A-Team, you go try to shut down the ship, which is Batman and Red Rocket and like one other person I can't remember. And B-Team, we're all going to go fight Paraxis. And Guy Gardner takes a second to actually say, you're doing good, Booster. Just leave this to the experts. So then they go and they fight Paraxis. And they're literally failing as they have this entire series. And then we cut to B-Team or A-Team, whichever one I said, who gets into the control room, which Red Rocket just kind of knows. Rocket Red just knows. And he walks in and he's like, oh, we'll see if I can figure this out. Tap, tap, tap. And he starts mashing with the buttons. And we cut back to the other team who's fighting Paraxis. And as Booster's about to be beheaded, Godiva swoops in and uses her hair powers to steal Paraxis' weapon. To which then everyone suddenly is like all on the same like team, and they're all understand. Like Guy manages to get him bound up in the Green Lantern energy, and Vixen manages to get a claw against his face, so that happens. Alarms are going off because they are currently rocketing, not falling, but actively rocketing their way down towards Earth because of them messing with the control system. And Paraxis is like, what did you do? All right, I'm out of here, but we're not done yet. So he flies off into space without a ship. And as they are plummeting towards Earth, Guy makes some Green Lantern stuff to try to like lasso it back so it doesn't crash into Earth. It doesn't really end up working, and it still crashes really hard, but it crashes into one of the Titan golem things, which seemingly takes it out. The whole team makes it out safe. And then we just get one page of wrap up to this entire arc where they're standing at this crater of this giant ship. Briggs is chewing out Booster, and Booster's like, well, hold on. The Earth isn't destroyed. No major cities were destroyed. And the mission was successful. So shut up, Briggs. We did good. And it all thanks to my buddy Guy Gardner here. And Guy Gardner's just like, don't touch me. But yes, it was thanks to me. And then Godiva comes up and hits on Booster Gold some more. And then we just get one panel of them being watched by a mysterious figure who says, man, I can't believe they did that. Well, time to accelerate our plans for their doom. And that's how it ends. I don't understand that ending. That was just way too much of like a, oh, geez, well, this will surely, we got to wrap this up in 2 pages. Okay, Paraxis just leaves and they crash the ship, which also disables the robots. Done. Like, what? No. What? It was confusing at best. And honestly, like how they got the upper hand on Paraxis even for that brief period of time is not explored either. So all in all, I'm thinking this is like a 5.5, mostly for the writing just not doing enough. But art-wise, it's okay, I guess. It's the same it's been. It's house style. I can't really speak too much to that. But no, 5.5 for this. I guess the arc is over? I can't tell you for sure, but I think it is. So we'll see what happens next issue. But yeah, Justice League International, I guess.